Shunk. Hey guys, IndieGamerRetro here, and welcome to Friday the 13th for the Nintendo. Copyright 1988, Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. Logo Paramount Pictures. Underlying source code, copyright 1988, LJN Toys. I don't know who they are. Licensed by Nintendo of America. Okay. For those of you that aren't familiar with Friday the 13th, it was a movie franchise that came out in the 80s. A like horror slasher kind of thing. I actually want to say it was 1980 the first one actually came out in. And it centers around a Jason Voorhees. Camp Crystal Lake, where they're spending the summer at. I think the camp itself is not real. Well, I mean, clearly it's not a real place, but it's supposed to be set somewhere in the, like, New England area. Like New York, New Jersey, somewhere like that. And Jason Voorhees is a camper at Camp Crystal Lake, and he's being bullied and teased and tormented by other campers because of his appearance. He had whatever the hell kind of condition where he had abnormalities with him, with his appearance, and I think he was a little slow in the head. And so he's getting bullied and tortured because of that by other campers. And instead of the camp counselors, you know, watching him like they were supposed to, they were off fucking around. Like, literally. They went and somewhere to go do the dirty. And Jason ended up dying by drowning because they threw him over the, you know, they were all in the boat and they threw him over the side of the boat and he just drowned. And no one was held accountable for it. Like, the counselors weren't punished, the kids weren't punished, like, nothing happened as a result of this, except for the camp closing down. Cut to years later, they decided to try to reopen the camp, like a group of kids, well, I can't say kids, you know, like late teens, early 20s, tried to reopen the camp thinking that, oh, that's in the past, you know, we're not going to let that happen again, you know, let's try to, you know, start this up again. So they head over to Camp Crystal Lake to try to, I guess, like, fix it up, like, fix up the cabins, you know, try to get activities and shit going before they start, you know, bringing kids back in. And they start systematically getting killed off one by one in, like, super gruesome fashions. And I remember this because Kevin Bacon played in the first one, and I almost forgot that he did. So, God, he was, like, super young in that. Could have been, like, late teens, early 20s. I don't know how old Kevin Bacon is, so I don't know how old he would have been in 1980. All I remember is that he got stabbed through the neck with an arrow. Or some kind of, like, spiky thing, and it killed him to death. And, so they're all getting killed off one by one, except for the last one, and it turns out it was Jason's mom that was going around doing it. Pamela? That sounds right. She was doing it. She pretty much held all campers responsible for Jason's death, like years earlier, even though these had nothing to do with it. Some of them probably weren't even born when this happened. She didn't really care. You're a counselor, you're guilty. Until she herself gets killed with her own machete. It wasn't until Friday the 13th Part 2 through 10, and then Jason Goes to Hell, which is like a spin-off kind of thing for that, is Jason himself doing it. Coming back to take, you know, revenge on the counselors that let him die. Not sure how that happens, though, because he was like 12 or 14 when he died, and he's like a grown-ass man when he came back as like a zombie something or another. I don't know. He's undead. And they just kill him in each movie. This went, like, through all the 80s, well into the 90s, and, like, I think 2000 or 2002 is when Freddy vs. Jason came out. I remember going to see it for my birthday when it came out that year for the summer. I actually think it came out on my birthday. Or, like, around my birthday. That's where I went to see it. With a few friends. So in here, you take the role of a counselor, either Jorge, Mark, Paul, Laura, Debbie, or Chrissy, and you have to essentially save your other, like your fellow counselors and all of the children's from Jason. You have, like, the different, I don't want to call them stats, but that's basically what they are. Like your running speed, your jumping height, and your rowing speed for the boat. And and each one has it at different, you know, level proficiencies. And I want to say it's Mark and either Debbie or Chrissy that have like the best overall stats. I want to say it's Mark. Use the torch to light the fireplaces. That does this. See, this is his own particular cabin. And I think if I actually do that, I can do that and I can switch between, you know, different campers inside of a cabin. No. God, I forgot you start off with a rock and that just completely fucking sucks ass. Ooh, give me that. So I'm right here. You notice there's two different sized cabins, not counting the three that are sitting on the actual lake itself. Like the little pointy top ones. Some are small, some are large. I have to go to all the large ones, which I'm actually going to start calling cabins. And light the fireplaces inside of them. So there's what? I don't think I have to do the ones in the forest. So let me see, there's 1, 2, 3 on the outer ring. There's 2 right there around the cave and 2 around the actual lake. Okay. God. Ooh, knife. Not quite twice as strong as the rock. I think that's George. Nope, that's Debbie. I'm gonna still call you George. George number 2. Female George. Georgette? Is that a name? Georgette a name? I swear I've heard the name Georgette, but I don't know if that's an actual name or not. Or if they were just making fun of whoever. Ooh, potion? Healing potion. Nope. This way? And I know the cabins, or at least some of them have like notes and shit like strewn about. But I don't know which ones have it, because I think it's actually... Oop, there we go. Because I actually... Oh, turn the fuck sideways, dude. I do believe it's actually randomized. Go into the cave. No, I don't want to do that. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Is that what I wanted to do? But that'll work too, because I almost got hit by the fucking Zombo. Oh, do this. There's super horrible bad things in there. It's a cave, everything like super horrible. Not all of them have the little dealy bobs. Because I just derped and missed it. I'm trying to remember what the hell the actual lighting of all the deals do. Because they all do something. Change allows me to like switch out people, pass, switches weapons, cure if I have any potions. I'll use it on them to cure them. I don't know why you don't use it on your goddamn self, but Jason, there we go. You in your purple tracksuit. You win, for now. If only he were that easy to fucking kill him in the goddamn movie. Where am I going? Nope. Changer. Nope. Shit, really? And you can do that. It's fucking annoying. I mean, he didn't hit me very much, but that's not the fucking point, you know? He can just, you know, blah, Jason. Or whatever he does. I don't know what zombies do. Speaking of zombies, why the hell are there zombies in here? There were no zombies in any of the movies except for Jason. Because he technically counts as a zombie. Actually, if anything, he'd probably count as a revenant. Because he was murdered and he came back to take revenge. Which is the definition of a revenant. For those freaking fantasy freaks out there. Ooh, gimme. There's a machete somewhere in the cave. I do know that. I am not going to get it because of what you have to do to get it. So that's a big flaming pile of nope. Huh? Shit. Oh, no, I think I missed the void. Another good thing about this is that time stops when you're actually in a cabin. Go into the cabin near the cave. God, I just did. You do them in like an order and they like tell you to do stuff. He hoofing it. You're welcome, childrens. You're probably wondering how I'm dodging. I'm actually pressing... Ah, fuck. Well, not that time. Pressing the down... Oh, fuck! The down and back button. Or the down and left or the down and right button. God, that fucking sucked. Fucking Cunnacles hit me like 3 times. Yes. And who is this? This is Laura. Let me switch again to that. That way, like, the good characters didn't actually die. I mean, overall, you can complete the game with anyone. If you're that good. You win for now. Actually, how good is Laura? I don't know. Let me go ahead and just see how... Oh. Jumping's complete ass. How good is the rowing? Actually, no, I'm gonna go ahead and... recollect all those fucking items. Because items and crap don't carry over. I don't think they do. Nope, they do not. Okay. They do not in fact carry over. Yay! There's 6 weapons, I want to say. There's Shitty Rock. It takes like 3 to kill a Zombo. And I think 4 or 5 hits to actually take off 1 point of life to Jason. Then you have the knife. That's not quite twice as strong as a rock. Then you have this. That's supposed to be a machete. Doesn't look like a damn machete to me, though. Looks more like a cleaver, if anything. You can find a torch in one of the cabins by the lake. So now if I go there, I can actually get a torch, which is like super fucking strong. But you can only get that to trigger if you actually get the note that says you can find the torch. Like I was saying, for the weapons, they have rock, knife, machete. Then they have Hatchet, which you find in one of the cabins in the woods. I don't remember which woods, because there's 2 in the upper woods, 1 in the lower woods. And then you have, let me see, it's rock, knife, machete, hatchet, torch, and then pitchfork. But the pitchfork's a special weapon that you get for doing a thing. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Oh, there it is. There he is. How trash is Debbie? Oh, God. Okay, I'll just call her Susan at this point. Oh my God. Nope, I do not want to go backwards. God, I'm getting a lot of potions. Like, I can do like some playthroughs for this, and I can just get potions left and right. Now it's like, that's just trash. Is that what I'm... Actually, no, since I'm in here, I don't remember if I did this or not. I probably did. Yep, okay. good as George. Oof. Oh, poor George. But you're secondary, Susan. Oh, would you get the fuck out of the thing? Can do that one. Said I get a torch, because like I got the thing now. It says I can get the torch at a cabin on the lake. No, not Paul. I didn't say get a Paul at the lake. And the torch is super awesome, but if it's what I'm thinking about, it's got a weird like a trajectory. Is that when you throw it, it actually arcs out, I believe. Go into the woods. I don't want to. Actually, hold up. Okay, so it's that one. Let me find another camper. Okay. You can take that. That way I don't lose a machete. Haha. Keep getting that sometimes Jason can hide out in these. See, so now it's like Torch is doing like 1 damage per thing. Oh god, I almost fucking picked that up. You're an ass. Okay. Anyway, since I have a lot of children, I'm actually going to let them die. Please, a group of children. Because it counts down from, I think, 50, but it does it 13, you know, but after it counts down to 0, 13 turns to 12, and then it'll, when they get attacked again, it'll count down again from 50, and then 12 to 11. I want to get those goddamn cabins taken care of. fuck I get for doing the thing. Shit. Oop, and there they go. Oh, that's the top of woods. Okay, yeah, flashlight. Okay, that's for... I think that's for the cave area. Ah, shit. Go into one of the cabins by the lake. Ooh, 2 of them. There's an axe hidden somewhere in the cave. Yeah, I actually found out something about my Retron 5. It actually has save states that are built into the act. Like, it's got an actual built-in hard drive. And I can do, like, fucking save states and shit. Which I did not know that. Where's my little menu button? Come on. It should be coming up on the screen. Possibly, maybe? Then I could just do 0 through fucking 9. So I got 10 slots, and I could just do, like... yeah. Which I'm actually doing yeah because I want to fucking do something. Yes. Ooh, give me. This lights up. Oh. Without the flashlight, it's actually dark in here. Like, the background is just, like, black. You can't see anything, but, like, they actually have, openings and doors and shit. And I think if it's this one that I'm thinking about, that's, like, off the entrance. And, to the left twice. Ow. Yeah. Ow, bitch. And this is Jason's mom. Or at least her disembodied head. And yeah, so there we go. That's a fucking pain in the ass, biatch. Having pretty much like the Hatchet or higher is recommended against her because of that. She's just a fucking pain in the ass bitch. Yeah, so I learned me a new word. Bitch. Apparently it's bitch, but said with an inflection. Oh. Sorry, I'm eating some jalapeno wraps right now. But the weapon you get from her is dependent on what you have right now. If you have the knife or lower, you know, like the rock or the knife, she'll actually drop a machete. If you have the machete or better, she'll drop an axe. The axe is actually weaker than the torch, so I'm gonna leave that here. Oh, I got him. Ooh, watch out, Jason's still alive and stronger than before. Forgot you gotta do fucking multiple things. God damn it. Okay. Alright, so I think everyone's restored. Yeah, everyone's restored back to full life. I'm gonna go back to Mark, because you still keep whatever you had on at the time. Oof. And she had the... Who the fuck had the machete? Chrissy had the machete. yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just stick with Mark, but I'm actually going to go ahead and call it right here because I'm actually going to come back and do another episode where I'm going to beat him again. He's actually a little bit faster and a little bit stronger, but the item that you get in the cave, I believe, is different, and I don't remember what that was. So I'm going to come back and just get that and then beat Jason a second time, and that should call it for that. So until then, this is IndieGamerRetro on Friday the 13th. Later, guys.